It's not a secret that the rise of influencer growth in popularity, reach, and their ability to impact consumers with misleading products has been an issue in recent years. Products that are low quality, misrepresented, or just outright scams. Many influencers promote products that they have no expertise in, such as health, fitness, beauty, and even finance, and many of their fans often trust these influencers without realizing that they have no qualification to promote or sell any of these products. And I think the worst thing about all of this as well is that a lot of influencers will use these products for an easy payday and not be too concerned over the outcomes for their fan base. Some influencers, when they get pushback, will claim ignorance instead of accountability, ignoring the responsibility they have on the people who made them famous in the first place. Influencers are paid to promote such products and give them positive reviews, making their fans believe it without doing their own research. In a world where people want quick and easy fixes for weight loss, they are more open to believe in diet pills that work more as laxatives than anything else. And Liver King is a great example of this. He grew his audience with a great physique he claimed was obtained through exercise and primal eating, such as raw food, i.e. liver, hence the term Liver King. Despite his physique and age, he has claimed time and time again that he is not using steroids and was achieving his success on a raw meat diet, pushing his own ancestral supplements, which he says has generated more than $100 million in sales a year. In December 2023, he admitted to spending $11,000 a month on steroids. This led to a $25 million lawsuit claiming he'd used deceptive marketing tactics to sell his products, which was settled out of court. Besides the fact it's just unethical to deceive your audience, it's worse because he took people's money who he fooled in believing they could have his physique with his diet, exercise, and most importantly, his supplements. But he's just one example of many so-called influencers who have knowingly misled their audience. And there's one story I want to focus on today that's had a lot of controversy. So most recently, 3 YouTubers by the name of KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr Beast, who I'm sure you're all aware of, has produced their answer to Lunchables, which is a highly popular processed lunch for kids where the kid makes the lunch themselves and intends to have crackers and deli meat and cheese, a treat, and a drink. The guys came up with their own version of this called a Lunchly. The reception has not been great, with many creators taking to social media to criticize the product and the creators themselves. Logan and Mr Beast were quick to push back, where KSI responses have been a bit more intense and less PR written like his fellow colleagues.
I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better! Do better! Oh, wow.
Marketed as the healthier alternative to Lunchables, it contains a prime drink, which is a company of course ran by Logan Paul and KSI, along with Mr Beast's chocolate bar, with a selection of nachos, pizza, or turkey stackums as they call them. The main issue here though is the term healthier is used quite a lot to describe Lunchly. On press release, Logan claimed it was a healthier alternative and better for you lunch option. If you look at the ingredients of Lunchlys, they're too high in sodium and trans fats and added sugars like Lunchables. Now this is not to say that Lunchables are in any way a better option, because they're simply not. At the end of the day, ultra processed food simply is not healthy. They also claim to have electrolytes, which is from their prime drink, which is essentially sodium and potassium. This left a lot of people confused to see sodium marketed as electrolytes. In comparable kits, Lunchlys does have less calories and sugars, as well as less fat and protein than Lunchables, although they are not drastic in the difference. It also does have 100% cheese and Lunchables does not. The main sugar difference comes down to the drinks used, because Lunchables uses Cadbury Sun, which of course has more sugar than Prime, because Prime doesn't use sugar, it uses artificial sugar. When nutritionists and doctors criticised the marketing for Lunchies, Logan pushed back and even questioned the legitimacy of a doctor, which to me is just an insane response. But the question is it healthier? Well, in some ways it appears to be so, but is it a healthier food for your kids to consume? Definitely not. At the end of the day, ultra processed foods like Lunchables or Lunchlys can cause health issues for kids and potential weight gain and worse other weight related diseases. They are simply not highly nutritious foods for growing kids. And I think the issue here is that because they use the term healthier, it makes people think it's healthy. But the reality is, based off the nutritional information that they give us, It simply isn't. Besides the fact, of course, that Mr Beast is in a lot of hot water at the minute and Logan Paul has had his own controversies, kind of leaves a lot of KSI fans unhappy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with them creating a product, but to me, if they want to claim it to be healthy or healthier, they need to do better. Their fan base is young too and will blindly want to eat this food because it's theirs. Some kids will beg their parents to buy it, and parents as well could easily be swayed by the marketing terms used in promoting this product. I'm not the biggest fan of these YouTubers personally for various reasons, and I have no issue with them creating products for their fans, but they just need to be more responsible. Their intentions could be good. They might even want to help kids eat better, or they could be using their clout to take over a market and make more money. I want to believe the former, but the cynic in me tends to be leaning towards the latter. A lot of health experts are claiming that, for example, Lunchly is the latest example of products that are high in fat, salt or sugar, targeting young people, and it's particularly worrying to see it being pushed by the social media stars who are so influential to children, which was a quote from Nikki Pada, who is head of policy and research at U-Campaign Group Bite Back. Now, a lot of this drama could have been avoided if they didn't use the term healthier. That's kind of where the big issue lies. But despite the criticism, I guarantee this product will sell very well. Their fan base will do what they always do. And at the end of the day, all press, no matter positive or negative, is good press, as they say. But time will tell how this plays out. Also, another health issue with Lunchables and potentially Lunchlies is they found lead in some of the processed foods that they produce. And Logan Paul's response to this was to tweet a picture of an x-ray to show that they check for lead, but he's totally misinterpreting what they mean by lead in food. Not in that sense, Logan. And I don't know if Logan is just being purposely ignorant there, or if he is just that stupid, because clearly that's not what they're talking about. Lead contaminants can happen in the factories that these foods are made in, and that would be a high concern with Lunchies as well. So his kind of ignorant response isn't going to give his consumer base or the parents a lot of reason to want to buy it. But I think at the end of the day, if you compare Lunchables to Lunchies, from what I've researched based off the nutritional information, it's barely a healthier option. Like, I think at the end of the day, if you want your kids to be healthy, be nourished, then you need to feed them better than that. And of course, like, there's various reasons why people feed their kids this stuff. A lot of people have budget restraints, and of course that's very understandable. But if you're going to give your kids Lunchables or Lunchlies, just remember that if you do pick Lunchies over Lunchables, it's not that healthier. And at the end of the day, like, ultra-processed food is ultra-processed food, and there's no getting around that. But it does highlight the power influencers have on their fan base and on the consumer market. And this is just one example of many influencers using their clout to increase their wallets. And so if you have a favorite influencer that's promoting a product or a service, just do your own research and make an informed decision. Not every influencer has good intentions, and unfortunately there is influencers out there, and not necessarily KSI or Logan Paul or Mr Beast, although potentially, that are just trying to take your money. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to support a creator, there's nothing wrong with wanting to support an influencer that has a good impact on your life, but just make sure you do your research. And there's certainly nothing wrong with influencers promoting brands or products, as long as they're being responsible and doing their own research on the product and being upfront about why they're selling you the product, and not just trying to use your fan base to make money. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of these influencers also need to remember that the reason that they have become so popular is because of their fan base. So they need to respect their fan base. And I think a great example of this, actually, just off the top of my head, is Markiplier. Markiplier has been a YouTuber for 10-15 years now. He's like amassed over 30 million subscribers. It could be more than that now. And he has merch and he has a clothing range and all that kind of stuff. But he's always been very upfront about where the products come from. He's never scammed, from what I can see, his audience. He's always respected his audience. He's also donated so much money to charity as well. So he's a very good example of an influencer or a YouTuber or content creator that you should follow if you do manage to build that kind of following. Like, use his kind of way of thinking. It comes across with like the likes of KSI or Logan Paul sometimes, or even Mr Beast now with all the controversy, that they don't really respect their audience. They've kind of forgotten why it is they're so big, and I think that's why a lot of people have kind of fallen off and with these creators, and why a lot of people feel that these creators have changed. But that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you're a parent, is this something you're considering feeding your kids? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think you would choose this over Lunchables? Let me know what you think. And if you're someone that feeds your kids just this kind of food, let me know why. Like, if it is a budgetary, do you think it's kind of perhaps overhyped. It's not the end of the world to eat this kind of stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, but that's it guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.